Graffiti always finds a home. And no matter how hard cities and towns crack down on graff, riders will always find spots to get up in. And to me, half the fun in graff is finding spots like the one you see behind me, tracking places down, seeing who's running, and seeing for how long. And like I said in a recent video, being an overall cuddy dude makes it a little easier to track down cuddy spots. But just as a general, what's my process when it comes to going out into those streets and tracking spots down? And in this video, I'm gonna talk all about it. So let's get to it. But before speaking on this spot any further, I do want to say something about spots that are located in nature. As you guys can see, there's pretty much trees, leaves, and nothing else around here. There might be some wildlife not too far away from here. And this area in particular tends to have bears. And really what I'm trying to tell you guys is, if you guys come out to a spot that's located in nature, that's in the forest, that's next to a lake, please, anything you bring with you, take with you. Don't leave behind any paint, don't leave behind any garbage, any kind of wrappers, bottles, none of that stuff. And I'd also add that I really recommend against tagging on trees and rocks. Anything man-made that you find in a spot like this, it is what it is. It's an intrusion on nature. But leave nature to nature and take all your crap with you. And in terms of how I found this spot, I came across it in the absolute easiest way that you can. And that is, a rider told me about it, and that rider is Subtle One. So let's take a look and let's see what the homeboy and everybody else laid down in this very remote and cuddy spot. And sometimes when stuff runs long enough, you can really see an artist's progression. You can see where they started out at. You can see just kind of the style that they were working with at that time. And if you've seen them up more recently, you can see that progression. And for me personally, really the only way that I'm gonna find this kind of spot located in the forest is if somebody tells me about it. The homeboy Subtle told me he spent a lot of time here. He spent a lot of time in this spot. He spent hours in this spot and never saw a bear or any other kind of wildlife in it. And I don't believe he even saw any other people. And I'm not saying that this is the case about Subtle, but to anybody that comes from a rural background, that comes from a small town, or grew up hunting, grew up fishing and stuff like that, a spot like this is probably gonna be preferable. As some of you guys might know, for about 4 years, I lived in the town of Boone, North Carolina. And while the town of Boone itself is just a small town, all the areas all around it are very rural. And shout out to my homeboy Cameron that lives up there. Cameron is not a graffiti writer, but he's a certified country dude. And I don't mean that in any kind of negative way, but that's really what he is as a guy that's lived in the countryside his entire life. And I know for a fact that if Boone has any kind of spots like this one, the homeboy Cameron is gonna know what's up with them. This is definitely a place I could see myself coming back to, and coming back to with some riders, and those riders getting busy. But the next spot that we're gonna go to is more my style. So let's head over. And I found this area with all this artwork pretty much the same way I find all my spots. And that is keeping my eyes constantly peeled for graff. As I've talked about in some of my other videos, I'm a dude that's hyper vigilant. I stay on point pretty much 24 hours a day. And to be honest with you guys, I do not recommend living in this manner. And in my opinion, there's really only two positive manifestations of living like this. One, when some stuff actually cracks off, when something's actually happening, you're prepared. And two, if you're just riding around constantly with your eyes peeled, at some point passing through where you live, you're gonna find some graff. And that's how I find myself in this spot that you see me in currently. But to be honest with you guys, it wasn't this particular part of this spot that I first noticed. And when this spot first caught my eye, it was all the stuff that I saw across the river. And when I saw this area, I wondered, how the hell was I supposed to get back here? There's an unpaved road that runs for a couple of miles, and that seemed like a little extra, and I was hoping that there was some kind of easier access to this spot. And in the event that I couldn't find my way back here, I brought my drone, but it wasn't necessary. And ultimately, it was a hell of a lot easier to get in this spot than I thought it would be, and it goes that way a lot of the time. And it's very easy to overthink this graffiti thing. It's very easy to overthink how you're gonna access this place. How am I gonna get in there and get out? And sometimes you come to find that the spots that you're looking to hit are incredibly easy to access. They might even have entry points like this one does. And sometimes, guys, when you're paying attention to absolutely nothing, that's when you find your best stuff. And a couple of days ago, I was passing by this area. I'm here on Brevard Road. And as you guys can see, this is not really a graff-full location. There's not a lot of people here. It's pretty country out here. And really all you see on Brevard Road is people coming and going. But otherwise, not a whole hell of a lot of people out here. And I didn't expect to see this bando right on the street with the big CWC up top. It was about the last thing I was expecting to see. And as I got out of the car and just checked this area out, I saw that there was a little bit more going on as well. Fools got their no trespassing signs up, and I'll respect those, but some of this stuff looks like it's been running for a long time. And as I talked about earlier, you can chart a rider's progression, you can chart even a crew's progression by just seeing their stuff over and over spread out amongst a bunch of different timelines. So I gotta figure that some of this CWC work that you see up is probably 6 or 7 years old, if not older. And like I said, I wasn't paying attention to a damn thing when I came across this place. And it snapped me out of the funk I was in that moment, to see all this work on this building right on the side of the road and in an area where you wouldn't expect to see anybody. And like I just said, I figured some of this stuff had to be up for a minute, and some of this is at least as old as 2018. So we're coming up on 7 or 8 years of something running right here in this bando in the middle of nowhere out off Brevard Road. And while there's a lot of stuff that I like doing intentionally, I like to have my intentions lined up and I like to act on what I think and what I feel. But sometimes the best stuff that you find, you just find it spontaneous. You're just out living your life and it attracts you. However, I will say this though, and that is, if you constantly keep graff in your heart, in your soul, it's gonna find a way to you everywhere you go. And whether you're looking to see some graff or not, you're gonna see some anyway. And I know that some of you guys love graff as much as I do, so I know how happy it makes you guys to just hit a random spot and find something dope and not even be looking for that spot in the first place. And to any of you guys watching this video that want to hunt some spots, I'll tell you, good luck, and I hope you find what you're looking for. But just keep in mind to stay safe. Watch where you're walking. Don't leave any bullshit behind. Don't leave any garbage behind. Don't leave any bottles behind. And be respectful of the stuff that you already find there. But I'll also add, in the case of this bando right off the street, sometimes these spots find you. And just be ready for that experience. And if your heart's in the right place, and you're looking to go out and live this life and embrace this life, these spots will find you. So go do your thing, stay safe, and stay up.